Most of us, while we were young, we do not want to be teachers. We want to either be medical doctors and all those things that they tell you it's high perceived value. And I'm going to tell you why. Even when you say you don't want to be a teacher, you will see yourself coaching effortlessly along the line. And I'm going to share with you why all these things happen and how you can be able to deal with all of this. Hi, my name is Mrs. 𝗟𝗲𝗦𝗃𝗧𝗏, and I welcome you into another episode of Life Unscripted. And in this series, I share with you how you can become a student for life in order to achieve optimum success over academic sessions. And so today we are going to focus on your becoming more than it is about what you want to achieve. Because in one of my speaking engagement by one of my friend, I think Emmanuel Obon or something, he invited me to speak sometime in 2024 about academic excellence. I saw that a lot of people want to make a first class because they struggle to be a first class themselves. And so we want to talk about your becoming more than what you want to make, because it is your becoming that makes of what you intend to achieve. Okay, so we have been in that particular era where the moment you ask a young child, what do you want to be in the future? You can only hear, I want to be a medical doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a scientist. Why do they want to be these core things? Is because our parents have created a particular perception in their mind that these sets of professionals are highly perceived value to the environment if you want to be valuable in the environment. But is that true in the course of life? That's a big fat lie. And if you know someone who truly want to be a teacher or want to be anything other than these three things that the parents has projected, and they really want to go into this particular phase with the right mindset and going into it for a particular difference, tag them to this particular series. Tag their names in the comment section, or you copy the link and share, because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. Now, I'm going to focus on people who never wanted to be a teacher, but they are called to be teachers. I am one of them. And so, why am I saying this? There are 7 mountains of influence. I think you can just go ahead and study it and know where your major mountain is. Just like we have different temperaments, there is a major for you. The others can be an attribute and all of that, but there is a major for you. There are people called in the education industry, there are people called in entertainment, there are people called in family, politics, and all of that. You are called in different ways. You are called in different ways, although there can be an atom of the rest of the six, but there is a major for you. These are the ways you begin to know what you are called to do. There are different ways you can explore to be able to know your mountain. So when you come into contact with this and you see that your line is actually talking about, you see yourself coaching effortlessly. When you learn something, you don't struggle with teaching others. When I was in school, even when we had to do a borrowed course, mathematics, and I'm very good at mathematics. You want to know, because there is one thing about musicians, they are very numeric, and they have this intelligence to actually count numbers because of the nature of intellectual work they do musically. And so when I came into that particular borrowed course, I practically was the outstanding student in that mindset during that session. I tutored my departmental mates and prepared them for exam. It wasn't because I was meant to be in those things, but when I was teaching, they get to understand even more than the lecturer who taught the course. And that is to show you that most of the time we have these mountains, but we are failing to do that because of these perceptions. And I'm going to change a lot of things for you if you pay attention to this series. Now, why you do not want to be teachers is because, one, your realm of possibility is limited by the things that your parents told you. Now, secondly, while you were going through school, how many of you want to be like your teachers in the school? One of the things teachers need to understand is that beyond just what you are teaching in that classroom, how you teach that is what's said differently, and what you do outside of the classroom, even outside of your school, validates that which you do in the classroom. Now, most of us will see our teachers so nice in the school. They will tell us, be decent, be that, be that, be that. When you now go outside the school, you see them, they are the opposite of what they preach. And you not be like, is it not this teacher that asked me to do this? Is it not this teacher that asked me to do this? They are not even doing what they are saying. But when you go to the hospital, you see that the doctor is willing to tell you how your body can come back to strength. They are just preferring different things, following due process. There's a system around this thing. And because of that perceived value, You follow through process, and you're even willing to wait till it is your turn so that you can be able to listen, pay attention to how your health can be resolved, because this health challenge is a very critical position in everybody's life. That is why we need to refocus our mind on who we are becoming, because being a profession is not just about what you do, it is the character at which you do it. Because these sets of persons do not have a model of virtue you want to possess. That's why you don't want to be like them. So why you don't want to be a teacher is not because you are not called to be a teacher, is because your realm of possibility and your level of exposure is showing you that all these teachers are not possessing the example of what you want to become. And so you resist it subconsciously, consciously, unconsciously, in whatever way. You rebuke it because you don't want to be like them. But when you are called to be a teacher and you see that facilitating comes effortless for you, and everything that has to do with coaching, and you're doing all of those things, and you see is manifesting, all you have to do is to break the bias. And it's totally not easy to break the bias. All you have to do is to actually build those models of virtue that is lacking in those teachers that you never want to become. Everyone that comes in contact with me must know that there is a particular change that has to do with your life, because you came in contact with me, not because I've taught you anything yet, but because of my personality. It's going to affect your life. That is who you want to be. And I'm an entrepreneur today because I want to make this difference, because we are bringing entrepreneurial mindset into the education system for people to become who they are called to be, and not to be stereotyped to what society think they should be. And so in the school system, they always make you feel like you don't know anything. They make you feel like you don't know anything. That's why in the school system they had to make you feel bad for asking the right questions. But in the entrepreneurial space and in the course of life, you are rewarded by how many right questions that you ask. That's how you get the best mentorship. That's how you maximize your mentors, because you are asking the right questions. But you are afraid to ask questions in the classroom. You are so Learning is no longer fun. You don't see all these things fun. That's why you don't want to be a teacher anymore, because the environment is not encouraging you to be able to be there. And so, one of the things that you need to learn if you're called to be a teacher and you're seeing yourself coaching and you never want to be this, is that there is something wrong with the models of virtue that you were exposed to. So, you are going to make a difference by being that thing that they are lacking. Because at the cost of your life and what you are called to do, that is where your reward is going to come from. We are not meant to suffer. That's why the word of God said that the gift of a man maketh a way for him. And when there is a way, there is a way. Where is your gift? And you need to bring your gift to the table. And how you carry it is what sustains that success. See, a lot of people want to make money, but they don't know how to manage and multiply money. And let me tell you the truth. A lot of people are making money. Their problem is that they don't know how to manage and multiply the money. That is why those scammers will keep deceiving people, because they lack the ability of process, because they lack the ability to know how to manage and multiply. They finish it and then come back again to come and deceive you to take more, because they lack the attribute to stay successful. So they don't know how to maintain it. They don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to multiply it. That is why they come back for more. And so you want to build the character, you want to be the models of virtue to possess your profession. You want to be that particular person with a difference in that particular profession. You want to be that particular person that is going to show the world that whatever thing that you are doing, you are going to be successful. Now you need to build the discipline. You need to build those attributes. There are virtue. Are you loyal? Are you loyal? Do you have integrity? These are the things that people are looking out for. So one of the teachers that you liked in school, beyond the mathematics that the person is teaching, what you like about them is how they teach the mathematics that make them different from every other teacher. That's what you are paying attention to. And those people are the people that will begin to give you hope to enjoy learning as a process. And so these are the things that encourages you. When you get into the space of people who coach you, people who take care of you and make learning an environment of enjoyment of your becoming, you begin to see the need to actually become a teacher. And that is what you need to actually start positioning yourself to become. A teacher with a difference. You are not teaching because theoretically you know what A is, you know what B is. Let's just teach them this thing. And you see that when you come into the school system now, people, yes, we understand the situation of the country, but nobody is no longer passionate about this teaching thing, that they focus on how much they are being paid rather than taking care of the student. So it's no longer student-centered. It's about them. It's about everything is all about them. They are not paying us well. They are not doing this. The management is rubbish. There is no atom of team spirit because you think the management is rubbish and you accepted the job for what it is and you are willing to learn in the process. You have accepted it already. Why not do your best? Right? If it doesn't work with you, why are you there? Get out of that space if it is not going to enable you to bring your best. So when we get to know who we are and our worth, we know the places that we can thrive in our best. So that we don't bring the level of perception that the young ones who are going to learn from us are not going to be motivated to be who they are called to be. This is a call, and this is a call, a wake-up call to all those who want to be something different from what the society has painted and really want to be that to actually make a difference. The edupreneur space is actually a very powerful space that a lot of people have neglected. There is nothing you want to actualize without having an entrepreneurial mindset and going through the process of education. And so in our next series, I will be sharing with you the essence and the pillars of education you need to pay attention to that the school system have actually deprived you. And so when you get into the school, gaining this knowledge, you can now be able to maximize and build a structure of discipline around the curriculum of the school in order to be a student for a different student altogether. So that's what differentiates you being a student for life and actually being a student just for academic session. If you're a student for academic session, you will graduate to call school a scam. But if you're a student for life, you will maximize that environment that people call worse to your own advantage. I know people who started public speaking because they were open to leadership roles in the school and they used that opportunity to build themselves. Today, they're making a lot of money as public speakers. Then there is no one. Then when we were growing up, there is no one that will wake up. You ask a young child, what do you want to be? The person will tell you, I want to be a public speaker. You won't hear those things. Why? We are not exposed to all of those things. And it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And our parents, they don't tell us that because they don't know. So one of the things you need to learn becoming a teacher is that you need to begin to build the model of virtue. If you're a teacher here, a parent or guardian, every realm of life is all about education. It's all about lifting others. It's about coaching people. It's about modeling structures, modeling systems, modeling people, and all of that. Let your life make a difference in people's lives, even without you saying anything. Let your track record speak to people and give them hope to live their lives. Let whatever thing you do be a model of virtues that is needed for them to be who they are called to be. And so what you need to do is that those things you don't like about your teachers, but you are called to do in that profession, forget about it. There is nothing wrong with the profession. There is something wrong with the people in that profession. And if you don't want to join the queue of those people in that profession, change those things that they were not able to change, and they will look up to you forever and ever. I'm telling you this, build up yourself. That's why you are struggling to maximize mentorship. That's why you are struggling to maintain the discipline that helps you to maximize the learning process. So this is the time for you to be a student for life, because a teacher is always a student. A teacher who is not willing to learn, open to learn, and shut the mouth of students is not an all-round teacher. Is a sideline teacher or a teacher that just want to make money or make both ends meet. Those people are not part of the game. They are just people who come by the side once in a while. You need to be able to understand the difference. But teachers who have the passion to be able to inculcate knowledge, and also empower learning process for the right reason and for what it is, they have different attributes altogether, and they help you to be able to actualize what you want. You feel so alive around them. When you see them teach, you want to be like them. Beyond what they are saying in the classroom, you want to be like them because you watch them how they do this. They possess all that they preach, and you just want to be like them. Be that person. So don't, because of who people are in the profession, you tell yourself that you are not meant to be in that profession. Maybe you are called to make a difference in that profession. And so let not what people do stop you from being a difference in that profession. You are the light of the world and the salt of the earth, which means that that life is not meant to be fair. And because of your light, will the darkness disappear? And because you are the salt of the earth, that is why your contribution is going to make the world a very tasty place. So it is that salt that makes the food tasty. So bring your salt to that food. Let's taste it. And so that we can be able to enjoy life together. All right. So if you're called to be a teacher and you don't want to be a teacher because of these experiences you might have had in school system and you never like them, but you see yourself effortlessly coaching people and impacting people's life, please, you have to review that again. There is nothing wrong with the teaching profession. There is something wrong with some people who do not understand the teaching profession and they do not have the right attributes. Bring your light into that space. There's nothing with the profession. There's something wrong with the people. So if you are the person that will make a difference in this space, bring it fully. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take a lot of discipline because it will take a longer period of time to unlearn than to learn. And that is why you need to put in the work so that you can be able to make that difference. I look forward to hearing testimonies of you after listening to this series. You were able to go hard on that profession beyond societal paintings and all of that. You want to go hard on that and make the most out of that profession. Don't choose profession for how nice it looks or how nice it looks, right? Or how people perceive it to be. Go into a profession because that is what you are called to do. All right. That way you are going to be the best of the best, and the rest is coming to learn from the best. All right. So I hope this makes a lot of sense to you so that you will not limit yourself in all that is available that is here for you to actually live your dreams. And don't forget that we are coming harder and hotter every single day in Life Unscripted. Let you not be the only one here. We are building confident global champions, and tonight we are going to build our confidence. That means our confidence from our source, which means that we are going to build confidence from God's perspective, and we are engaging that as a form of confident global champions retreat in order to revive our source of strength, in order to make this year a powerful and remarkable one. You want to be part of the confident global champions that we are building? Hit the link in the description of my YouTube channel, or if you're watching on Facebook, hit the link on my bio. Let's have that conversation and have that paradigm shift for you to come alive, because life is going to reward those who have come alive. You might know a lot and have the competence, but if you don't have the confidence to exude it, you are limited. So you want to bring back that energy. You want to bring back that resilience that helps you to penetrate into hard spaces and bigger places and into the inner rooms where you're meant to be, to expand your territory. And I can't wait to see you on the other side of greatness, and of course share your testimony to the world. I still remain your friend and your go-to-get edupreneur and networking strategist, Mrs. Chiamaka Linda Veshima. And until I see you in the next series, don't forget that it is time to live the life you are proud of and not the one people recommend. Bye for now.